Trainers, what is going on? Drewby here, bringing you another video. Today we're discussing what went down at Worlds, why it was significant, and what made this different than previous tournaments and the whole cheating scandal. Now, I know you saw in the subtitle or in the thumbnail that I put quotes around the word cheating. Listen, take it easy, get out of the comment section already, listen to the video, and let's have a civil discussion and give my point of view of things for sure. So obviously at Pokemon Worlds, there were a lot of DQs. Like the word or the freaking letters DQ were trending on Twitter, and it was just constant people talking about their DQs, or people got DQ'd at Pokemon Worlds for this reason, that reason, so on and so forth. Again, I'm going to say, please keep this conversation civil. Do not be aggressive in the comments. Do not be... You get what I'm trying to say here, but I know there's going to be a few jabronis going in and be like, in the comments, so... buckle up, take it easy, it's gonna be okay, and let's have a conversation of what went down at Worlds, what could be done better, and my opinion, my take, and my 2 cents on the situation. Trying to be as unbiased as possible, because obviously I have a side I stand on, but I want to try to have an open conversation here of exactly what went down at Worlds and how things could be better moving forward. Let's just start with the bare bones basics. Pokemon Worlds was a little bit of a gong show because Pokemon updated their hack check system without informing anybody. This whole new DQ system at Worlds, and obviously rules are rules. You know, you should be bringing Gen Pokemon to a huge Pokemon event. But let's talk about the only correct take in the situation. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is the correct take to have. And this is a tweet by Hayden, another fellow content creator. He's been in the game for a long time. And this is his words. You can see on the screen, but I'm going to read it to you right now. Pokemon stance on act Pokemon is absolutely dumb. Let the people play. Okay, that's fine. But you better believe if I was competing in Japan for the World Championship, knowing the rules that are clear, I would have showed up with legit mons. That's it. End of story. That is the correct take. That is the... you could argue about the first part being like absolutely dumb. Listen, we're not getting into that. The thing is, we're not getting into that yet, but the thing is, if you're going to Worlds, you should be bringing legit Pokemon without a doubt. At the end of the day, this is the rule, this is the standard, and this is the way it has to be. That's it. The rules are set. You gotta follow them. Whether you like breeding your team properly or genning Pokemon, whatever it may be, you know the rules going into this. This is what you gotta do, kind of thing, you know? You could argue that for any Pokemon tournament in general. Like I said, we're gonna get into that, but let me just make this first point here. This is the only correct take as you go into Worlds this season. The only correct take, alright? You could argue about the hacked Pokemon. I'm more so talking about that bottom paragraph there that Hayden wrote, alright? However, this is where I think Pokemon messed up. I mentioned previously or earlier in this video that it was kind of like a blind side. I don't mean that in a negative connotation. What I mean is that Pokemon out of nowhere just updated their hack check, said nothing, and people got. My point is that Pokemon, whether on the TPCI account, the Pokemon account on Twitter, or anywhere in general, make an official announcement that should have been done at NAIC or any big regional, or just in general, maybe a month before Worlds was gonna go down. TPCI should have said, hey guys, Worlds is around the corner. We're very excited to see you. As a result of so many players competing and playing, or however you want to word it, we have updated our hack check in-game. Please make sure you are bringing legitimate, legal bred Pokemon, or just legal Pokemon, as it would be really unfortunate to get DQ'd as you travel to Worlds and compete in this tournament. There should have been some kind of pre-tweet or pre-notification saying, hey, we're doing X, now Y. You know what I'm saying? This should not have been an absolute like blindside. Again, I'm using that word. I don't mean it negatively. I just don't know how else to portray my point at this point in time. This should have been done maybe at NAIC. So the standard is set. All right, well, the hack check is now done. It's going to deter people from genning their Pokemon and get them more illegally. It also gives time for you to get your Pokemon ready for Worlds in a more legal manner or a more timely manner. You know, you have that heads up that, yo, Worlds is going to be different. Make sure you're doing what you can to get your Pokemon legally. That's it. End of story. There should not have been a huge event, the biggest Pokemon tournament of the year, people spending thousands and thousands of dollars, going to this event. And like, for example, someone like me, I'm 31, I'm a little bit more financial stable than like a new Pokemon player, someone in Manchester the first time, qualifying for Worlds, you're like 18 to like 25-ish. You're still trying to figure out your career and whatnot. You're spending thousands of dollars you might barely even have, especially at like 18, 19, 20, like, to go to Worlds. Like, that is insane to DQ somebody going to Worlds. They spent all this freaking money. Now, I get it. The rules were broken, so on and so forth. There is no denying that. But in my opinion, there should have been a statement made saying, hey, we're updating our hack check kind of thing. Be prepared. But there needed to be some kind of prior notification, in my opinion, and not just going in blind. I know some people are going to argue, no, you need it blind because you're going to catch these cheaters, blah, 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 blah. I get it. I understand that. But I don't think that is fair for a tournament, the biggest tournament of the year, people spending thousands. And if it was in the U.S. or anywhere else, the other way around, people from outside of the U.S. traveling to us or we're traveling to them. It's thousands of dollars no matter how you put it, and to just DQ somebody and say, yeah, man, sorry, the Pokemon that you obtained that gave you no legal advantage, there is no advantage at all. Literally zero advantage at all. You could not argue with a straight face and say, hey, your Pokemon is gens, you have a better chance at winning than I do. That's just simply not true. It will never be true. It is not true. There's no gray area. If you gen Pokemon, you have no legal advantage other than saving time. That's it. End of story. Finito, Dunzo, that's it. You cannot argue against that. You cannot look at a gen Landorus and a legal Landorus with both max attack, max speed, same move pool. There is no difference in those Pokemon. I've versed Wolf 100 times. He's going to beat me 85 out of 100 of those times, whether his Pokemon are bred, gens, obtained from whatever manner he got them. I'm just going to lose 85 out of 100 times. And the 15 times that I do win is this, I won because of, crits or something. I got hacks in my favor. Wolf is simply, I'm just using Wolf for an example, it could be anybody, that's a known player. Wolf is simply better than me at the game. It does not matter that I got a freaking gen Pokemon. I could go, it means nothing. There is no difference in gen Pokemon, okay? So, that is my spiel there. Now, let's talk about, like, IMO, a brain dead take. Like, straight up, I'm just gonna be that guy and call this brain dead. This tweet is gonna come up right now. Let's read, we don't have to read the tweet exactly, but let's just read this bottom paragraph here by someone that constantly leaks IP of that he does not own, and he's going to do this fear-mongering BS. Let's just read it right now. Accessibility is still an issue, and Pokemon will be better with faster ways to get it competitive, but rules are rules, and as long as those don't change, follow them. That's fine. This part is just brain dead, brain rot, stupidity. Like, how come you're going to bring hack Pokemon to the World Championship? That's fine, in the country that can arrest and jail you for up to 5 years for modifying video game save files. Buddy, get off your high horse right now, going to jail. Are we gonna, or is every tourist with like tattoos going to Japan going instantly to jail? Is anybody in the United States that jaywalks going to jail? Imagine that law being enforced to some dude going to a Pokemon tournament, the controversy, the backlash, the freaking external articles, all that crap online. That's not gonna happen. Stop fear-mongering and putting this fear into people because, like, it's just such a dumb, stupid take to have. Like, you say what you want about Worlds, Gen and Pokemon and whatnot, don't put fear-mongering BS into this freaking event for no reason. You're gonna say people going to jail, getting arrested because they have, stop. Just freaking stop. Just stop right now, especially when you're the one leaking the game. Not leaking the files and whatnot, but you're constantly posting leaks and whatnot. Okay, buddy? Let's take it easy here and get off your little moral horse over here with this going to jail garbage. This fear-mongering crap. Like, that is just so freaking dumb to me. Talk about another tweet I saw. I didn't save it, but again, it's fine. I don't want anybody getting personally attacked or anything. I just show the central leaks because, like, that tweet's ridiculous. I'm absolutely sorry. But this tweet, I saw, like, people saying, like, it's comparable to using steroids in a real sport. What the heck are you talking about? Steroids give you a legit competitive advantage. You take steroids, you hit ball harder. Simple as that. In Pokemon, you gen Pokemon, you save time. There is no competitive advantage. I can show you 10 Pokemon. One of them is gens, the other 9 aren't. Are you going to be able to pick it out? Is there going to be any difference? Is there going to be anything at all that you can notice? No. There is no competitive advantage to genning your Pokemon. How many times do we got to say this? There is absolutely no competitive advantage in genning your Pokemon. None. Zero. There is no argument. You cannot say anything back. There is no rebuttal. There is nothing. You save time, and that is it. That is all that is there. Okay? Now, again, rules are rules. I completely agree with you. You should be bringing legit Pokemon to actual Pokemon tournaments. Okay? That is the end of the story. But let's talk about the next problem in competitive Pokemon, esports Pokemon, whatever you want to call it. Ease of access. Yes, it gets better with each game, okay? But at the end of the day, it is still a ridiculous process. About ease of access, I've seen plenty of tweets that we have vitamins, mints, wings, bottle caps, berries. All right, that's great. That's awesome. That's fine and dandy. But let's be honest, the process is still very slow. Like, in my opinion, all they had to do in this game, really, was that when you press the L button and your Pokemon launches out and it kills something really fast, you should be able to get EVs from that. You should 100% be able to get EVs from that. The fact that they didn't give that to you is insane to me. All right? That's a different conversation, but that's just like a little example of how things can be really sped up. And the thing is, with vitamins, mints, wings, all that crap, wings give 1 EV, vitamins give 10, so you need a 250,000 and a little bit more to max out a stat. Like, that is not feasible and for someone playing this game competitively weekend upon weekend. Like, a tournament here and there, yeah, it's cute. We got vitamins, we got all that crap. No. They need a system where you use, like, 1 item and you max out a stat. You use 1 item and, like, it gives you a good significant amount. In my opinion, vitamins and all this stuff is a band-aid on and a short-term solution for a bigger problem. You know, and you could argue, oh, it's not that bad. It takes, like, for me, it took, like, when I did my Garchomp, max attack, max speed, it took, like, 12 minutes, okay? But that's, like, max attack, max speed, very easy. Like, if we look at my Orlando, Iron Hands, with a very diverse, optimized EV spread, that's going to take a while. And then when you're testing Pokemon, you're testing for an upcoming tournament, this Pokemon doesn't work, well, I guess I got to go catch a new one, re-EV train it, or like, and then if that Pokemon doesn't work out, like, it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing issue. And these vitamins, mints, wings, bottle caps, while bottle caps are incredible, it's just a band-aid for a long-term problem. That's all it is. There is no solution there. There's no reason why we gotta constantly grind money and in-game items. Like, a Terra Shard thing, sure. But it shouldn't be 50 Terra Shards to get a brand new Terra type. You should be able to do like 1 to 3 raids, boom, you could change your Terra type. There's no reason at all why you gotta do up to get 50 shards. None. There is no reason for that. The ease of access for this game is insane. Roll up to a Call of Duty tournament, CSGO tournament, Valorant tournament. What do you need? Mouse, keyboard, and a brain. You're done. That's it. Any tournament you go to, mouse, keyboard, brain, done. That's it. And Pokemon, you gotta catch the team, you gotta freaking breed the team, you gotta EV train the team, you gotta do that, and again, going back to playtesting, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna playtest and gargle and EV train and breed Pokemon over and over again, or are you gonna hop on Pokemon Showdown and just go bloop, bloop, battle? What are you gonna do there? Alright? The ease of access, the speed increase it does is just so much more impactful to someone like me with a full-time job and everyday life commitments and whatnot. It is insane to think that every tournament someone's gonna be breeding and that goes to tournaments regularly, like every weekend kind of thing. It's just insane to think, or even monthly, honestly. You could argue, oh, too bad, suck it up, breed your teams, but like, we want this game to go esports so bad. Every person in this community would understands the value of being an official esport, at least trending towards that way. We can't get there until the ease of access of this game is significantly improved. And yes, again, it improves every gen, but it's not enough, man. And the fact that Pokemon Showdown still exists, like, that could be taken down like that by the Pokemon Company. Like, they know it exists. They're not dumb. They see that is a great way to test. They know it's a great system in place. And I'm not saying we need Pokemon Showdown in our base games. We just need something. Honestly, that would be the absolute best. That would be the absolute best case scenario. But I don't think we're ever gonna get that. I really don't. But we need something to just make a stat maxed out almost right away, or at least to make more diverse EV spreads way more easily obtainable. That is like that is there's no question about that. There is no question about that. In my opinion, of course. Again, there's gonna be people arguing, just EV train, just breathe, blah 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 blah. Again, doing that all the time for every tournament, it's just ridiculous. We want to go esports so bad. Let's start trending in that direction and following the esports route. There's no reason why this ease of access should be as steep as it is. And then, like, I mean, we don't gotta talk about juniors and some seniors and whatnot, but like another point, like, you really think little Johnny is EV training this Pokemon, you know, without any help from an older sibling or like an older person in general? Like, there's no way like little Johnny and juniors is running around EV training their Pokemon. They're gonna bring it their little in-game team and just wing it. Maybe some of them do EV train, you know, people that win maybe do EV train, but they're probably gonna be like, oh, 252, and or guess what? They know how to gen, or they have somebody that gens for them, and bada bing, bada boom, they got their team. You know, now granted, juniors, seniors, they aren't going like esports, they're young, but the Masters division obviously is where all the hoopla is, you know, and where like we want to trend this game in the right direction and give it the recognition it deserves. Because Pokemon is a game of skill. If you lose a game of Pokemon, this is all that happens. You got outplayed, or you got hacked and lost because of a hacks. That's it. You didn't lose because your opponent had Gen Pokemon. You didn't lose because your opponent was a better breeder than you. You didn't lose because your Pokemon or your opponent EV trained all their Pokemon and you didn't. You lost because you suck at the game, or you got outplayed, or you got hacked. That's it. You will never see a difference. It will never give you a competitive edge. There will never be any issues there other than it is against the rules because the Pokemon is obtained from outside manners of breeding or catching legally. That's it. That's the only thing. If that rule ever changes, now I'm not saying we need to like, just allow you to hack Pokemon to the game. There needs to be a better system in place that is not a band-aid for a long-term problem with a short-term solution such as mints. Well, mints is really short-term. Mints is fine, bottle caps are great, but the wings, vitamins, and EV training in general, there needs to be an improvement in that system, without a doubt. I shouldn't have to kill Lechonk, 25 of those to get 250 EV stats. There's no reason for that. Let me kill 1 to 3. And guess what? My stat is maxed out, okay? Obviously, with more diverse EV spreads and whatnot, you're going to need to change that system. But at the bare minimum, give us an easier way to max out EV stats. I'm not asking for a scroll bar, but a scroll bar will be the most efficient way to do that. And you can even put it behind something in the game. You got to beat this trainer or whatever. You unlock it post-game, so you're not just running around with max EV Pokemon. Like, you still got to play the game. You still got to do your thing. But there needs to be something done in-game to make this process easier. There's no doubts about that. And again, there's going to be people arguing, you already have that, vitamins, minerals, Listen, again, that is a short-term solution for a long-term problem. Simple as that. All right? That is my point there. TLDR, this video. Basically, Pokemon should have made a statement saying, hey, listen, we're upping our hack checks. Make sure you do everything in your power to get the Pokemon in a legal manner. That's it. Should have been done like a month in advance. It should not have been a surprise factor. Again, you could argue, oh, it's gotta be a gotcha. We gotcha. Get these hackers out of here. Again, there is no competitive advantage. Just stop. There is none. Stop arguing about that. There is no advantage. None. Zero. Finito. I am losing to Wolf 85 out of 100 games, and the 15 that I win is because I hacked him. Or, I don't know, maybe I got lucky and got a read that he didn't expect. That's it. When you lose in Pokemon, you lose because you suck, you got outplayed, you got hacked. Not because your opponent's Pokemon were gens, obtained a different manner, or not legally obtained. There is no difference there at all. and the game needs better accessibility moving forward. Berries, mints, all that stuff is not enough. You could argue mints and bottle caps, those are honestly fine, but the EV training items, we need a better system. And I'm not saying we need Pokemon Showdown in the game, but I am saying we need some way to make these stats, the EV distribution, a simpler, more direct process that is easy to understand, so even the juniors and younger senior players could just hop in with optimal Pokemon and play to their best, learn the game as they make their way to Masters. That is it. That is my story, and that is hopefully as unbiased as possible, with a little bit of bias, I guess, because I lean more towards Gen and Pokemon just because the time saving is incredible. And that's that, guys. Again, in the comments, be civil. Please don't be going at each other's throats. I'm just stating honestly what I feel is partial facts and partial opinion, with the fact side leaning towards competitive advantage versus non-competitive advantage, and opinion being what Pokemon should have done with the world DQs and whatnot. And that's where I end this video. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know this is a long, I'm going to try to break it down in the description so you can just like hover over where you want to watch. And that's that, guys. Stay beautiful, stay healthy, stay sexy. We'll see you next time. Fancy outro, yeah. Was that good?